that's not good. Oh. Oil is supposed to come out of there. I have not checked that at all. So that begs the question, what is that diff center like? Oh my God, why didn't I check that earlier? Oh. Righto, time to go. It's not flash, we pushed on too far and now the pub's shut. It's 10 past 10. I reckon you're a bigger bogan. It's about at this point you really question your life choices.
It's most definitely going to catch on fire.
Pretty bad. Righto, full else fails. Yeah, that's right. Don't tell people that we know how to do it when we don't know what we're doing. Don't forget, when installing new suspension like this, make sure you lube your pin. Actually sounded like I knew what I was talking about for once. It's rare. Oh! I'm sure that's how pedal beaters do it. Well, I hope not, but that's how I did it. Sweet. Oh, that's not good. Look, that's me being lazy. Shit. So I really should rip that center out now, because there's a good chance it's going to be rusty. I rebuilt that whole axle, and I didn't take the center out of it. Anyway, this is what you learn when you're doing these things, and little lack of experience and a little bit of an oversight. Anyway, we'll move along. Alright, so while that backing plate's drying, all our diff oils, transfer case oils, I got all new plugs, refill plugs, drain plugs. I've got some bump stops for the front end. So I got it all laid out. It is good to be organised and just tick off a few of those jobs today. So let's get in, we'll start draining some oil out. A bit worried now after our last episode. Oh, that's good. And look at the colour of it. Man, it is sweet. Righto, so we'll get under and I'll replace the output shaft seal or the transfer case flange seal. It didn't look that bad, but that's something that if that leaks straight into your handbrake drum, hence your handbrake then doesn't work. Even if it's not a big leak, if it might be a tiny little weep, that would stop your handbrake from working, because oil and brake pads, yeah, they don't go too well together. Okay, grab a hammer and tap him in. Righto, we've got a decision. Don't judge me, I'm going to put oil back in that diff. I'm not pulling the center out. Anyway, we'll fill it up with oil. I think it'll be good as new, it'll be fine. So I went and got this gear oil through the week. No real reason why I got Penrite or what I got. I knew the guy in there, I said something pretty cheap and cheerful, because generally speaking it won't be in there that long. 80/90 I'm putting front, rear and transfer, and then we've got some 75/90 to put in the gearbox. I think that's right, yes. So we'll go ahead and do that. 2.5 litres front, rear, and then the gearbox is a little bit more, but it's pretty cheap, eh? It's $100 for all the oils. So like, that's something you really should do more often, and people probably don't, is in their touring vehicle, is don't just service your engine oil, service your gear oils as well. Nice. Actually look professional today, look at that. Righto, so we'll get in and put this handbrake back together. I'll show you the difference between my backing plate and the donor vehicle backing plate. I'm pretty sure the donor vehicle was pre-74 and they're exactly a mirror image of each other, which makes this lever that I've been chasing a mirror image of what I needed as well. So as you can see, both sitting side by side, and what we're looking for here is where this handbrake cable actually comes into the backing plate or into the drum is actually a mirror image of itself. So this lever is what I was looking for, and it will not work in my backing plate. It will only work in this backing plate. So we're going to put this one back together, which means the cable will be coming out of the wrong side. However, I will get it to work one way or another. The only other lever I found, the same as this, someone wanted $300 for. Yeah, I'm not doing that, eh? That's just drug money. Some of the stuff people are asking money for is crazy, but it is getting rare to find. I understand that, but I do have one. It's not exactly the part I need, but I'm pretty damn sure I can get it to work, so that's what we're going to do. I have a fully functioning handbrake for the wrong vehicle. Yes. I hope this works, because it's been so hard to get that part, and it's really good to see it all put back together. And I think I did it right. But yeah, nonetheless, it's for the wrong vehicle, but we're going to make it work. That way or on the top? That's not gonna reach. Oh, this better work. Ah, that'll work. That'll work, you beauty. That's in there. You can fit a pre-74 handbrake, drum, backing plate, and everything that goes with it to a later model HJ47 after 74. Handbrake cable is actually pretty, it's a curled round, but it's reasonably relaxed. It's not kinked. Success. We have a handbrake, both drive shafts are in. Technically we could take it for a burn, but I might wait till I get the roof back on. The body's a bit flimsy at the moment, and we'll keep working on the brakes. But that's bloody good. Righto, beer o'clock. See you shortly. Cleaning crew.
I thought I'd better help you with something on this.
Oh, it's much appreciated, love.
I'm just sick of you being down here all the time.
You're just missing out, aren't you? You're worried about missing out. It's so much fun.
Yeah, well, I love washing windows.
It's pretty wet and miserable outside, so have a couple of beers on the weekend, and Megs has come down there and give me a hand. Might even give you a beer, love, if you do a good job.
Great, thank you.
It is much appreciated. We'll get in and start cleaning the inside up, because it's getting close to that time where we can paint the inside, start the electrics, and as you know, we've got the seats there ready to go. So yeah, cleaning.
So awesome. This has actually been a job that I've been wanting to do.
Really?
To clean the bloody windows, because...
She kept that a secret?
Oh, I think it'd be awesome once they're, you know, you can see through them.
Yes, well, it's a kind of handy, yeah. And in true Lance style, we went to pull the dash pad out and found, which is probably to be expected, some shells, but also there's a live one in here somewhere. There he is. Here you go, love. You've earned it.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much.
I actually want to do more now.
Yes. Cheers, love.
Cheers.
Thanks, mate.
Look at that. Gross. Thank God that's done for now. Cheers.
Missed.
Cheers.
Missed.
Stop it. You're a dick.
Sorry. Okay, one more.
I'm not
going to
do it again.
Look, one more. Come on. I promise.
Cheers.
You weren't sure whether I was going to move it, were you? I thought it was knock off time. We just can't stop in here.
Well, this is actually quite addictive, and we were just talking about the floor, and I said I really like this white floor, and we've got this nice little Toyota imprint there, and I'm like, maybe we should just leave it.
Yeah.
And maybe just paint the bottom black and keep all this white to sort of match in.
So like paint just the very footwell.
Yeah, I reckon just paint the bottom bit and leave all this. I'll give it a good clean up, that's for sure. Because it's coming up quite well.
You sort of want to be able to jump in the car and, see its heritage.
And it's a good contrast with all the, the dark floor. With all the white there, I think it's good. So, I don't know, that's my idea.
Sounds good to me, mate. You keep going.
Okay.
Fantastic. Oh, it's good to have some help in the shed, and it means you guys don't have to look at my ugly mug only all the time. Megs is on board. We're on.
I don't know how long this will actually last, but
nah, she goes
keep
good.
feeding me these and I'll keep cleaning.
Fantastic. Just going to take a sec to give a quick shout out to you guys at home. We really appreciate you tuning in. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like and share with anyone you think that might enjoy the Lance builds. We also really appreciate our sponsors. Link in the comments below, and any coupon codes that we can get you guys will be also down there.
I actually really enjoyed cleaning up Lance yesterday. Going on from what we were talking about the other day, we have decided to paint the floor black and keep all that white rusted patina look in there. Yeah, I like the white, so we're going to keep that. So we're going to use this rust converter and sealer as a first coat. I'm not an expert on this, so yeah. And then we're going to spray on this rust converter as well, as just an extra barrier. And then what we're going to use is this bed liner paint. So hopefully that'll give it a really nice black, thick look and protect it as well. So I better get started with a little bit more cleaning, grinding back a little bit more dirt there, and I'm just gonna give it a really, really good wipe out so it's all ready for priming. Can't believe I'm this into it. It's taken me until now to actually understand Adam's passion for this thing, but it's, it's kind of addictive. Once you get started, I'm kind of like, oh, now what can I do?
I'm trying to do a rust repair in the floor. There was one more little crack, and I was just gonna seal it with Sikaflex. But being a crack, it's probably going to grow further, so I'm trying to weld it up, but it's quite difficult because it's paper thin and it's rusty and it's in a hard spot to grind, so that's why I was putting it off. But I'll keep welding and we'll get this done so we can get into the floor.
It's only the third time we've done it, but that looks pretty good, I think.
As long as you're happy, love. Now I've got a boss down here. I thought I was getting help, but I actually just got a boss.
Quality control, mate.
Yeah.
Quality control. I'm here to make sure everything's done properly.
Probably a good thing.
Or at least looks pretty. Nice line there.
Yeah, it's pretty straight, I think.
So this bit here will all be black from there down, and then on the top here it'll be all white, but I wanted that little bit of curve to be white, so it's white right down to this edge here. Hopefully my vision comes together and it's all good.
We're doing a good job, boss.
Keep shaking.
I got a boss/director, I reckon.
This looks like your style.
Oh,
I don't know. Just dodgy.
it's not very nice. Look at that.
Oh, yeah. Wow. I mean, what else do you do, though?
Generally, if it once it starts running, you know you got enough paint on. That's how I paint anyway.
Oh, God. I told you, light coats, mate.
Nah, that's all good. While we wait for the other side to dry, I've seen this trick done before. So this is the handbrake shroud, and as you can see, is really faded and you know, looking worse for wear. A bit of heat is supposed to bring back plastic to its former luster. Do you like that word, luster? Let's try it. Ooh, not too much though.
Maybe. Looks certainly better.
What do you reckon?
Wow. That is like
It's just a little,
brand new.
it's a little uneven. Usually like painting, isn't it? Look at that. Heaps better. Awesome. There you go. Heat for the win. So I've just done a couple of little roof repairs, welded up a few cracks, ground them flat. We will treat those on the roof. Then we'll go through and wire wheel out the whole gutter section, because in that gutter is where two pieces of steel come together, and we need that to be clean. We'll rust converter that down in that gutter just with a paintbrush, and then we'll smear some Sikaflex in there to stop water getting down in between those two pieces of steel again. That'll be pretty much the roof done. I've ordered some hood liner for it, and I do have some spray adhesive ready to go when we get that. Once that's done, it can just go straight back on, which will be awesome, because you'll be able to walk into the shed and think you've done heaps, because the car will be looking complete again. But there are quite a few steps to building an old car like this, and it is very time consuming, so I'll keep cracking along. Righto, so the plan is now it's been rust converted in that gutter. We're going to go through and just do a thin layer of Sikaflex, and then the shape of my finger is pretty well perfect for the gutter. I did a little test piece right at the back of the roof. I usually do the front of things, and the piece you see first as the test. I'm learning, but yeah, it'll come up nice and neat, and it'll seal those two bits of steel together, and that'll be the roof ready for hood lining and to go back on. So it's a new day, and a lot's happened since we've been in the shed working on Lance. First thing first, we've got new lights in the shed, so I'll get them on now. Oh, so much better. Really enjoying having a decent light in the shed. You actually see what you're doing. They're high quality LED shed lights. Thanks, Ben. Really appreciate that, mate. And as you can see, I've got a fresh Bisley on. Love a good fresh Bisley. Bisley has come on board to support the channel, and to celebrate, we're going to be giving 10 Bisley hats away. First guys to comment at the end. Right at the end of the video, there'll be a code word. Comment that down below, and the first 10 to comment, I'll send a Bisley hat and just an STS stubby holder, just to thank you guys for watching. I know it's not a lot, but Bisley reached out to us. I said, if you're gonna send me a bit of gear, send me some hats I can give away, and they were more than happy to do that. So really proud to have them on board. It's really ingrained in the Australian culture, especially with work and that. Is a good quality Bisley shirt, and you know how much I love them. Also, we've got the big DRZ 400s become part of the fleet. Really excited to do some trips with that. That will be a while coming. I hope to do something with the bike and the car when we get it on the road. See which one's more reliable. Maybe the bike, but anyway, because I did build the car after all. And you also know we got the hybrid camper, Conqueror hybrid camper now. There's episodes out on that, so we've been busy, really bloody busy, but today it's time to get back into Lance. We're going to get the brake lines finished off first, and then we are really going to get that roof back on, get that floor painted, really tick some boxes, and it's starting to look like a car again. So let's get into it. Righto, I'm going to turn these into these, and that will be the final piece of the puzzle for the braking system. We'll fill it up and see where all the fluid comes out of. Well, hopefully not, but you never know. I did build it, so we'll give it a go. So hot tip, now that I've done a few of these, I've learnt the hard way. Tape the fitting right to the end of your brake line that you're making, because if it slides down and then you bend it, you can't get it past the bend. It's caught me out a couple of times, so you do learn from your mistakes, or I try to at least. So yeah, it is that easy. Just get the guard off. I only had a couple of bolts in it, but I couldn't imagine doing this on any other car. Just being able to do that just makes it so easy for a novice like myself. Right, I'm going to jump underneath and put these last two in. It's pretty self-explanatory. Just follow it along, bend it where it needs to be bended. They are the two hardest ones to do, so, and it really wasn't that hard. Again, have a go at it yourselves if you ever need to. Pretty easy, pretty enjoyable. I'll get these last two done and we'll move on. Right, so that's all the brake lines done. Every hard line, soft line in the whole system has been done. We've rebuilt the front calipers, albeit with some pitted pistons, so if they do leak, I'll just replace the whole caliper. They're not stupid expensive. So we'll get in and paint the floor, the finish coat, which is the bed liner paint. And while that's drying, we can get in and start putting some roof rails back on, get ready to put the roof back on this afternoon. So let's get into some paint. Righto. I'm just going to pour it on and start working it around. Try not to overcomplicate things. Thick. Awesome. I'm definitely a rip the masking tape off while it's wet kind of guy because I can never wait. I'm really happy, I think, with the finish of that. I did try a roller at the start. You did see paintbrush is the go, much easier. And you can get a pretty decent finish with a paintbrush. It is very thick paint. I think it'll do the job nicely. So let's get this masking tape off. It should be very satisfying, I think. Oh, that's awesome. That looks bloody great. Megs did a good job there. She takes the credit for a lot of this one. It was all her idea and her design here. So it's a shame she can't be here today, but we've all got other commitments to do. We can't just do YouTube videos all the time. Although we're working on it. That's the end goal. Let's get this other side off. Looks bloody awesome. Very excited about that. That looks great. Oh, so much prep work and priming, and then to finally get a finished product. Yeah, step in the right direction, getting that interior back together. Let's keep going. Righto, so we're waiting for that paint to dry now. We'll just stay away from it. I won't go straight into putting the roof back on. I do have the driver's side door to refurbish still, but before we can do that, I've got a repair to do on it, which will be quite painful. It'll be like welding the floor. Very thin material, very rusty. So it'll take some doing. So we'll get in and repair this up first. So we're gonna go around, clamp it back together and tack weld it back in. And as you can see, it's quite thin. And keeping within the theme of this project, I'm not doing a full resto here. I'm getting it back functional and keeping it looking as it's supposed to look in my eyes. Well used with plenty of character. So we'll just get it back to functional, grind it flat, leave it at that, and we'll refurbish this door, which I won't make you sit through because we have done one before. We've done the passenger side door, but we'll go through and we might get the door rubbers on. So I do have some really, well, I think really good contact adhesive to put them on with. Okay, so we got plenty of weld there to grind. That's the idea. That went heaps smoother than I thought. Usually really thin steel like that, that's very rusty, you just keep blowing holes through. I was very careful not to, because it is a panel you see from outside the car. Once you blow a hole in something, you chase it for a while before you can fill it back in. So very good. We'll just before I take it out the back and grind it flat, we'll just try and straighten this door. Look away if you're a little bit weak of stomach. This isn't going to be pretty. I'm sure that's how panel beaters do it. Well, I hope not, but that's how I did it. Sweet. I just took the door outside, give it a real good scrub and a clean. It was pretty filthy. So while that's drying in the sun, let all the water dry off it. We'll get the passenger door off, lay up here, and endeavour to put these door seals on with some really, hopefully, effective contact adhesive. I've been dreading this because if it doesn't work the first time, you're just left with a bloody big mess. So we're going to endeavour to do this right and do it once. So we'll get that door off and get into it. I'm going to go ahead and give the surface of where the rubber will stick to a bit of a clean with some thinners. Obviously I don't want to go too hard because the paint will come off, but we'll just give it a nice quick rub with some thinners to get rid of any glue residue from the old rubber. I did give it a light wire wheel, so whatever's left there will be left there. Whatever's left there will be left there. That makes all the sense in the world. I think it's going to be very easy. These are genuine Toyota door rubbers and they're pretty shit, to be honest. I'm sure there's guys out there who do these all the time, but yeah, it's going to be a bit of a challenge, I think. Righto, let's make a mess. Righto, that went pretty smoothly. So if you haven't used contact adhesive before, it's a funny kind of stuff. You paint both surfaces or spray both surfaces, let them pretty well tack off or dry. If you don't let it fully dry and you stick it down, you can still peel it back up and put it back down again, and it'll kind of stay like that forever. If you let it fully dry and then stick it, it's permanent. Well, that's exactly what it's supposed to do. Let's see what it does when I do it. So if this does work, which seems to be successful so far as not too much mess, just a little paintbrush with a zip tie around just to make it the right size. Yeah, not too bad so far, so we'll see if it sticks. Righto, that seemed to work supremely well, which is surprising for me, to be honest. That was really good. So yeah, just let it dry fully off. It was fully dry. You could it hardly stuck to my fingers at all. As soon as the two surfaces come together, yeah, it's like it holds around the corner and everything. Bloody good. The seal itself looks pretty all over the shop, but that's how it comes. So I would say once you sort of put the door back on and then close the door, it'll it'll conform to its shape and yeah, it'll be sweet. Door's on, rubber's on, And yeah, that seals bloody good. It'll be awesome once the roof's on, it'll be even better. But I'll put the details down below of what I just used as far as contact adhesive goes. 'Cause I did so much research trying to find the correct contact adhesive to do those door rubbers. And that shit just worked really well. So it wasn't messy. So any of you guys looking to do it, this is the stuff I used. Highly recommend it. That was pretty painless. Oh, didn't break. Just. Alright, that's one door finished. I'm going to do the next one. See you later on. So we'll start putting the pieces back on to carry the roof. We'll go around the other side and chuck the other one back on. Yeah, we'll really only a matter of putting the hood lining in the roof itself, and it's ready to go too. So we're kicking goals. We're actually doing what we said we were going to do for a change. Making it a different episode to normal, I suppose, because we usually make big claims and we don't quite get there. This time we're going to get there. What did I do with that? I've lost it. I'm losing my marbles. My God. Just had that. There it is. Look. Stop looking. Right, so that can go back on with that one of them and one of them. Whoa. It's yeah, I really wish there weren't so many copyright laws, because it is painful working in the shed without a radio. Obviously I can't have the radio on and make a YouTube channel at the same time, because you get a big strife. But I'm starting to really talk to myself. It's probably not healthy. Let's go and get the roof. I have got some hood lining material. This is going to be another new experience, and a very risky one with contact adhesive again. Hopefully it goes as well as the door rubbers did. So we'll get into that, because I really want to get this roof back on and it'll really start to look like a car again. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it to a bit of a rough shape. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing here, but that's the fun of it, I suppose. I went and bought the dearest spray adhesive in a can I could get. It's a Sika brand. It does say it'll stick to fabric and pretty much any other surface. So this, I'm trying to do the best I can, but this is a real fear of mine that I put all this on and 12 months down the track, the sun hits it, it all melts and falls off. But I can't not put a hood lining in it though. When it rains, it'll sound like a tin shed, and then you got the condensation that'll drip off it. So if it works, go and get yourself some of that. If it doesn't, forget I ever did it. Righto, I'm pretty happy with that. It actually wasn't too bad to do. I mean, time will tell whether it stays there, but where it had grabbed, it was very hard to pull off. So we'll go around and try and cut it without destroying it now. I'll get a nice new Stanley blade and cut right up underneath, and once it goes on, you'll never see where I've cut, as long as I don't get a bit haywire with my knife. So go through, cut that off, pull the tape off, and another pretty satisfying little job, I'd say. Don't tell Megan. So behind the scenes, I did start filming putting the seatbelts in. It doesn't seem that exciting, but I made it exciting because the first one I did, I grabbed it out of the box, did not read anything as I normally do, because the instructions are for when you get stuck. There's that little yellow tag is a cam limiter. and it's to stop the seatbelt retracting too far. I just pulled it out, threw it away, and in went the seatbelt, and once it goes in too far, it does not release without pulling it apart where it says caution, do not remove. And holy hell, there's some bits and pieces in there. But I got it. That's the one I pulled apart, and I'm happy to say it's working properly. So all we're missing now is a center lap sash. I've been on the phone to all 4x4. Those guys will sort me out. They're also going to send me some wheel bearings for the 79. They are well and truly due. They've done about 50,000 Ks now. I have greased them once, but yeah, I do need them. And yeah, those guys are you go to for all your bits. Bloody makes it easy. They just turn up to my door. Makes doing this project so much less painless than having to go and search around for bits. Everything's there in the one spot. So shameless plug. That's enough of that. All right, let's get the other seatbelt on and then get the roof on. Yes. Righto, big moment. Let's get that roof back on, and I'm gonna chuck the seats in as well. And probably stay in there until I attack the electrical. Again, that means they're out of the road. I can close the door. I'm gonna get that other door finished today. I'll just chuck a couple of bolts in them just to hold them there. I wanna sit in them. Bloody exciting. Let's get this roof on. Yes. I've got brand new roof rubbers. These things are freaking expensive. They are a genuine Toyota part. Amazing how many genuine parts they still do for these things. So I don't know as I can do this on my own, but I'm gonna give it a crack. I have no idea how these go on, but we'll figure it out. That one goes up there, I know that. This one I don't think has a top or a bottom. Before we go and put the roof on, I've got a couple of wires and drop down the insides of the frame on the windscreen and see how easy that's going to be to do, because that's where your interior light goes up. Righto, so there was a single wire already going up. I'll run a positive and a negative to a couple of lights this time. Look, an interior light's not that important, but it's bloody annoying not having one, so I'm going to put one on both sides. I'll run that wire all the way around to the other side. There's plenty of spots to hide that around inside that roof channel, so we won't try and get one down the other pillar. It would require folding that windscreen forward, and I've already put the rails in, so that'll be fine. We can run that all the way around. They'll be switched together. So it's time to put the roof on. This could be a very entertaining part. I don't know as I can do it on my own, but I'm going to give it a go. I'm not a very patient person. Okay, now I just need to get that. Let's not have to worry about scratching it. Righto, I'm going to work around and just slowly put the bolts back in that. You don't want to watch me do that. I'll show you the finished product. It is sitting not too bad. Yeah, awesome. Righto, roof's on, fully bolted down. That is a tedious job. They are in a bit of a bitch of a spot. It's pretty easy, it's just time consuming. We'll get the seat rails on the seats and we'll put the seats in, and the interior is starting to really come together. I'm really happy with it. So I have already reconditioned the seat rails, freed them up, give them a really good coat of paint. Yeah, so that's really good when you do that ahead of time, and then when you come to put it in, it's already done. So bolt those to the seats and chuck them straight in. Well, we've got an interior. We're bloody close, actually. I just got to get the dash pad. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Really pumped. We've got heaps done. Roll a bit of a montage at the end of this and just show you the finished package with the roof on, because it's really starting to look like something. Next episode, we're going to get into those front guards. I've changed my mind again, so you have to wait and see what I'm going to do, but I think I've nailed it down, and we're going to stick to this design this time. Really pumped to get into that. We'll probably try and incorporate the sliders into the next episode as well, get those side steps done. And yes, I'm still putting off the electrical. We're going to leave that right till the death. And this thing is not that far from going and getting a blue slip, or attempting at least, once I get that electrical done. So anyway, guys, don't forget, you only live once. Get out there and enjoy it. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. And I almost forgot the code word. The code word is job done. Comment down below, job done, and the first 10 to do so will receive a Bisley hat and an STS stubby holder, just to thank you guys for watching, and just making sure you watch till the end. See you next time.